Dr. Jill Klein is a nutritionist with Royal Canin. You say macronutrient profile. That sounds very fancy. But it's really important for our cats in particular for them to like what they're eating. And cats have this impression of being fussy, 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 fussy. How fussy, 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 fussy really are they?
You know, it's funny because when you look at some people who have cats, what's interesting is they're sort of serial diet changers, right? They try this flavor and then this flavor and this flavor because they think that their cats are getting tired of them. When in fact, usually it's because the cat is searching for the right macronutrient profile. And what I mean by that is cats make decisions on what they like about food based on three things. Either how it smells.
And this is in order.
Yes. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
There are three things that help determine their decisions.
Okay.
And depending on the cat, one of the three may be most important.
All right.
And those three things are how it smells, how it feels in their mouth. Not necessarily how it tastes, because cats only have 500 taste buds, but how it feels.
500 sounds like a lot. How many taste buds do we have?
Oh, way more. Of course.
It's like 3 or 4 times as much at least, right?
Yes.
Okay, just to give some general idea. Comparatively, that's not a lot of taste buds.
Correct.
All right. So it's texture might be a good word for what you're describing when you talk about how it feels.
Yes.
All right.
And then the third thing that cats use to make their decisions about food is how they feel after they eat it.
What do you mean by that?
So, for example, there are certain foods that we eat that we feel bad after we eat them.
Feel bad?
I'll give you a personal example. I really love Indian food.
Yes.
But after I eat Indian food, I don't feel good.
So therefore,
I should, if I were as smart as a cat, avoid Indian food.
However, you clearly are not as smart as a cat.
I am not as smart as a cat because I'm making my decision based on how it feels in my mouth. But so that's the really interesting things about cats is that they can make a very definitive decision on what they like and don't like by how it makes them feel several hours later.
So how does this relate to us as pet owners in choosing the right cat food? Because cats rarely tell us right after they've eaten, oh, I really liked the way this felt in my mouth. It smelled really good, and now I feel great.
Well, so again, it goes back to these people who are constantly changing the foods of their cats. So the cat who doesn't have something that makes them feel good or something that feels good in their mouth or something that smells good to them will quit eating it, or they might not eat it with as much excitement as they had in the past. And sometimes people think that then my cat doesn't like this food or it's gone bad, so they switch. When in fact, if you could just find the food that the cat likes, they're never going to get tired of it because it fulfills the need that they have, either based on how they feel afterwards, how it feels in their mouth, or how it smells.
Royal Canin offered a way to do that. You offer us, do they still have that available where it's a variety of different foods that you buy all at once, if you will? Explain what that is.
So it's called a Picky Cat box. And what it does is it allows the cat owner to let the cat make his own decisions.
Like a buffet.
Like a buffet. It's a little mini palatability trial. So there are 3 different diets based on either one of those 3 characteristics. And you put them out about a foot apart from each other, and then you let the cat make the decision. And once the cat makes that decision, then you could say, okay, this is the one that my cat has chosen, and that's the one that I should buy from now on.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's a great idea. Available at most pet stores?
Yes, sir. Available at most pet stores. And it's just a little box with a variety for them to try. So it's inexpensive way to find out what your cat really likes.
One more thing, quickly. Cat's supposed to be fussy, right? Sometimes is it a medical issue? For example, the cat's not really gotten fussy. What's happened is the teeth hurt. And therefore, so when a cat is eating, and then suddenly not, and you didn't make any changes in the diet, should you see a veterinarian?
If you find that your cat suddenly stops eating altogether, then yes, you should certainly see a veterinarian, particularly with cats. We don't want cats to go without eating for more than a day or 2.
Right.
Because they start to get very ill if that happens. So you should certainly see your veterinarian. If you find, however, that your cat's just not eating with the same relish that they did, or they're just not finishing it and they're asking for something else, which cats are really good at.
Yes, indeed.
That's usually just about, quote unquote, food fatigue, which in reality is just that it's not the right diet for them yet.
Yeah. Excellent information, Dr. Jill Klein. Thank you very much. And no curry for you.
No curry for me.
No curry. Thank you, Dr. Jill.